the meeting to order. It is Monday, November 9th, 2020. It is the organizational meeting of the City Council. May I have roll call, please?
Mr. Bembas?
Here.
Mr. Blair?
Here.
Mr. Gillis?
Here.
Ms. Harris?
Here.
Mr. Martin?
Here.
Mr. Scarbeck?
Here.
Mayor Stoneburner?
Here.
All present.
At this time, will everyone please take a moment of silent prayer. Will everyone please stand for the pledge? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have one presentation this evening. Mrs. Christensen, will you do the honors?
Thank you, Mayor Stoneburner. We have a presentation about role of City Council and the role of City Manager in the city. Some of our existing council people have already seen this, and it will be new for Councilwoman Harris. So I'd like to congratulate our incumbent council persons, Councilman Blair, Councilman Bembas, and Councilman Martin, and welcome Kathy Harris, our new councilwoman. So congratulations to all. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy to be there.
All right, so we'll start with about us. The City of Algonac has a council manager form of government. The City Council provides political leadership and the City Manager provides managerial experience. This is the form of government that's been in place in Algonac since August 13th of 1974. The City Council makes policies and laws that regulate community life, and the City Manager executes day-to-day operations. The City Council is made up of 7 members elected at large. Each member serves a 4-year term, and of course the elections are held every 2 years to stagger the terms of office. The role of council includes adopting goals and objectives, approving and amending the operating and capital budgets, approving expenditures over $1,000, approving grant applications and contracts, hiring the city manager, providing clear policy direction, hire the city attorney, evaluate the performance of the city attorney, and provide public leadership. City Council acts as one entity. No member has any extraordinary powers beyond those of other members. The role of the mayor is to preside at all council meetings. She is the executive head for all ceremonial purposes, works as a promoter of the city, seeking investment and fostering external intergovernmental relationships. The mayor signs documents but has no administrative duties and works with City Council as a team leader. And the role of Mayor Pro Tem is to act as the mayor during the mayor's absence or disability. The city manager is appointed by council for an indefinite term by an affirmative vote of at least 4 members of council. The role of the city manager is as the chief administrative officer, to hire and discharge city employees, to create and organize departments, assure that all ordinances are properly and equally enforced, to prepare the annual budget. The city manager does not participate in city council elections and does not contribute to city council campaigns. So number 1, let's talk a little bit about communication. The city manager reports are emailed to city council on Thursdays. All council members will receive the same information. Any special document requests by one council member will be distributed to all members. Communication number 2, between city council, city manager, and staff. It is city council's responsibility to police and correct any problems among council members. Do not expect the city manager to do this. Be sensitive and aware. The city manager may need to tell you something you don't want to hear sometimes. City council should refrain from contacting staff members with concerns. All communications should follow a chain of command. City council to city manager to staff member. All staff members do report any council contact to the city manager. If the media contacts you, contact the city manager. Be careful about phone conversations. Ask for questions in writing. And just a side note, as many of you know right now, the media is not always your friend. City council meetings, number 1. Meetings are formal affairs and proper titles should be used when addressing members. I know everyone, we have an excellent team here and it can be very casual, but according to Robert Rules of Order, everyone should be addressed very formally. That would be Mayor Smith, Councilwoman Smith, Fire Chief Smith, with their appropriate titles. Council concerns about an agenda item should be discussed with the city manager before a council meeting. Surprise bombshells can severely damage the organization. If a member wishes to vote no on a motion, the reason why should be stated during the discussion period. Council meetings, number 2. In order to speak at a council meeting, a council member or the city manager must first address the mayor. Then it would go like this. Mayor Jones. The mayor recognizes the member by saying, Councilman Smith. The mayor has now assigned the floor to that member and no one else can speak while that member has the floor. If the city council member wishes to ask the city manager a question, the manager must first be recognized by the mayor before responding. So just to elaborate on this, if Councilman Gillis has a question of the city manager, Councilman Gillis would say, Mayor Stoneburner, I have a question for City Manager Gerstenberg. I look at Mayor Stoneburner and she nods to me or says, City Manager Gerstenberg, and then I can respond. I can't respond until I have been given the floor by the city manager, by the mayor. And that would be the same for all of the council people. You have to go through the mayor to ask for permission to address the council. So the mayor has control of the meeting. And that is, it's always good to use those formal procedures to keep the meeting under control at all times. Council meetings, number 3. A meeting agenda includes one or more specific items of business to be acted upon. Discussions are not agenda items. If a council member would like something particular, it may be discussed during city council comments. If the request is out of ordinary or controversial, a city council motion may be needed to move forward with that request. In conclusions, council members, of course, may frequent City Hall, but should take care not to disrupt normal staff activities. Staff, as of course you all know, city staff should not be used for personal business affairs. Please support the staff. Don't jump to conclusions regarding customer feedback. No staff member should ever be lobbying a member of city council to support their projects, budget requests, or promotions, or anything of that kind. The city manager cannot dictate to employees that they not participate in political activity outside of work. And the city manager and staff must carry out the direction of city council, not the goals of an individual member. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, that concludes my presentation. Thank you, Mayor Stoneburner.
Thank you. Next is time for public comment. Remember, state your name, where you live, and you have 5 minutes to speak. Come up to the podium if you'd like to speak. No one's moving. The window's closing. It's closing. Okay, then we'll get on to the new business. At this time, we'll take up our first item, which is election of mayor. According to our city charter, each new council must elect the mayor and mayor pro tem at the organizational meeting held on the Monday following the Tuesday election. We have all been given the nomination process. At this time, we'll take nominations for mayor.
I would like to nominate Terry Stoneburner for the office of mayor.
Second.
Discussion?
I think that Mayor Stoneburner has done a great job representing our city for the last 2 years, and she's been a great face for our community.
Absolutely, absolutely. Why fix something that's not broken? Terry, you've done an excellent job, and I think we should continue.
We've been a great team.
I concur as well.
All right, any other comments, questions, concerns? All right. Is this a roll call or just all those in favor say aye?
Aye.
Those opposed? We have a mayor. Thank you, everybody. It would be an honor to serve once again, and I take it very seriously, and I appreciate everyone's support. At this time, I'm going to turn this over now to Mayor Pro Tem Gillis.
At this time, I must, as the Mayor Pro Tem, I have to ask for nominations for the office of Mayor Pro Tem.
I'd like to make a motion to elect Mike Bembas for Mayor Pro Tem of the City of Algonac for a term starting 11/9/2020 and ending 11/14/2022.
I'll second.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Next, so Mike Bembas.
Thank you.
In a different capacity. Next, we have our adoption of organizational rules. According to our city charter, city council shall determine its own organizational rules and order of business. We have received a copy of the proposed 2020 through 2022 organizational rules. We have proposed no changes from the last 2018 to 2020 rules. May I have a motion, please?
I move to adopt the City of Algonac City Council organizational rules effective November 9th, 2020 through November 14th, 2022.
Second.
Discussion? I guess if it's worked for 2 years, it worked for 2 months. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, we have our organizational rules. Next, what we do at this meeting is adopt our code of ethics and conduct. The first code of conduct of ethics and conduct policy was adopted by City Council January 3rd, 2006. The policy has been updated and adopted in November 2014 and in November 2016. The policy requires that the code be distributed to all board and commission members in October for their biannual review. This was distributed by our city clerk via email on October 20th, 2020. We have received the proposed code of ethics and conduct policy and comments received from board and commission members. May I have a motion, please?
Motion to adopt the Code of Ethics and Conduct effective November 9th, 2020 through November 14th, 2022 as presented.
Do we have a second?
Support.
Discussion? Some of the things under social media, I have to admit, I don't know what they mean. I don't know all the things that they have, so, or what they mean, but they must mean something to someone that uses it much more than I. And if we're not supposed to do it, I guess I'm glad I don't know what it is. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, we have our code of ethics and conduct that will begin now. At this time, it's time for council comment. Start with Councilman Martin.
Congratulations, Terry, on becoming Mayor Stoneburner and returning as mayor. Congratulations to Mike, and thank you, Rocky, for the past 2 years and your service as Mayor Pro Tem.
Councilwoman Harris.
I'd also like to congratulate Terry, Mayor Stoneburner, for the next 2 years. Thank you, Rocky, and Mike, congratulations.
I'm gonna pass tonight. Thank you.
All right. Councilman Blair.
I'll take back, like everybody else. Mayor Stormer, congratulations. Kathy, welcome. Michael, Bembas, and, former Mayor Pro Tem Gillis, fabulous job for the past 2 years. Thank you for your service. And, thanks everybody for coming tonight.
Mayor Pro Tem Gillis.
I would like to say congratulations, Terry and Mike. It's been an honor to serve as Mayor Pro Tem for the last 2 years.
Councilman Bembas.
Welcome, well, Mayor Stoneburn, I'd like to say welcome to everybody who is back or new to council. I think it says that the community trusts where we're going and where we're headed, that, you know, we all returned, and Kathy, they've known, Councilperson Harris, they've known you forever, so they trust you too. I pulled out our master plan the other day and I was looking at it, and I encourage council to pull it out and take a peek. Council and city management have come a long way in implementing a lot of things. The next 2 years, we're gonna be busy. Okay, it expires in 2023. But one thing I did see, and it's kind of gonna be an issue in this coming year or two, we had a meeting back in January 2018 with the community, and two of the things that came up was majority of respondents supported repairing a pole and indicated it is an important community asset. And another comment from that meeting was repair and modernize the community pool and market to the surrounding community. So that is part of our master plan. And I think council, we're gonna have to start looking at exactly what that means and what we can do to write that part of the ship. So please keep that in mind. Please look over our master plan. We're gonna be busy. There's a lot of things we've promised for these 5 years, and we're already 3 years into it.
Okay. I want to thank everybody for your support. I'm excited to be mayor again, and I take that position, although it's mainly ceremonious, I take it very seriously with what I do. I want to thank Mayor Pro Tem Gillis for the last 2 years. He has tirelessly been here for this community for several years, working on projects in different organizations and bettering our community, and I know that won't stop because that's in his blood. That's what he does. I'd like to welcome the 3 gentlemen back again at the table. I am very happy that you've returned, and Councilwoman Harris, very happy to have you on board. And as Mike said, everybody knew you. They knew you. You have been a face for our community for so many years. It's nice now you have a different role that you're gonna play here. I know the last time that we were here in an organizational meeting, it was quite emotional. And I mean, being here is emotional anyway. However, I think in the last couple of years, we have steadied the ship, if you call our city a ship. We've weathered a few storms and we've come out better for it. And people who have been involved in the community have come back and they're very involved. And I see some of them out there right now that are very involved in our community and will continue on in our community, and I appreciate that. Because being a mayor pro tem, or a council person, you can't do it all. It is the citizens of the community that have to be part of this. And you have shown this over and over again, supporting the different activities and the different needs that our community has had over the last couple of years. And I can't urge you enough to keep doing that and recruiting more people to come and help in Algonac. It makes us bigger and stronger and better. And for that, Councilman Blair.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye.